Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Braven podcast. This is Buck Grant, and I have something to say. So recently, I got into it a little bit with some good friends of mine. It was a misunderstanding, and misunderstandings happen very often lately, particularly because we're all put in isolation. And because we're put in isolation, we're forced to communicate with each other through computers, cell phones, even face-to-face on a computer as we are right now. Is way different than talking to an actual individual. So good friends of mine and I got into what would seem to be an argument over something that was very, very small, but turned out to be very, very big. And I always equate that to the idea of seeing a shadow of a large cat. You don't know whether that shadow is a kitten or if it's a tiger. Depending on where the light is hitting it, it could be either one of them. Most of our problems, by the way, are kittens disguised as tigers. So for my friends and I, we went several months without actually talking to each other. It was all through text messages and emails. And when that happens, there's a disconnect. There's a lot of human communication that occurs just looking someone in the eyes and seeing their facial expressions. And we're both, or all three of us, were to blame for that. But it's interesting that the conversation got put off for a while, and because we're always anticipating the conversation to be something way worse than it actually is. As soon as we got on the phone with one another, within minutes, it was dissolved. We were laughing immediately. We remembered why we were friends in the first place. And the problem that we thought was so big became very, very small. My challenge to you and to all of us is to face those shadows head on. Our mind can turn them into tigers, but they're often not. They're often that small cat that just needs a little bit of attention. And if you just face those problems head on, they don't turn into big things. They often requires a lot of courage in order to just step up and speak to your friends out of a place of loving and acceptance while still holding strong to your grounds. And when you do that, you find out that most of the problems that you have aren't as big as they are. And if they were big, then having the conversations and facing them head on is the only way to start to resolve whatever that is. So sharing my own experiences and my own faults, I would also like to say thank you to my good friends. My friends are Chris and John Yaks, owners of High House Yoga. They've been like brothers to me for forever. And they will remain brothers, and we remain brothers because we do talk. We open our lines of communication, and I love you guys. And I love you all out there. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Always remember to be brave, to be bold, and to always choose courage.